People often ask, where did the Conceptual PlayWorld model come from? It came from a really important problem which took 6 Australian Research Council grants to solve, and that was, what's the relationship between play and learning? How do we bring concepts into children's play? And it sits within an international context. Countries in the Northern Hemisphere worrying that there's the push-down curriculum and we're losing play. At the same time, in the Southern Hemisphere, we have very structured early childhood programs, and people and governments are saying, we want more imagination, we want more creativity, because that's the way of the future.
Play is the children's language. And so it gives that freedom because it's already in them.
So that was the big problem that I was interested to solve. We really looked at taking that model and testing out across a broader population how it changed children's development, how it supported teachers with their confidence and competence. I felt we had put in the hands of early childhood educators the wrong tools. We had previously watered down models of practice that were designed for non-play-based settings and being applied in early childhood. Children are different, the pedagogy is different, the teachers are different. So we needed to have something from the grassroots up.
There's the legs. Where's the hooved feet? Yeah. And short tail? Where's the short tail? That's right.
The Conceptual PlayWorld model provided that foundation because it was research done for and with early childhood educators in Australia. What was really exciting was that we had 2,700 teachers at minimum learn about this model, make it their own through the professional development, and this meant there was something like 54,000 children who experienced a conceptual play world.
They're going to think it's just the most wonderful thing to see their teacher playing and giving them permission to be silly and to be a kid and use their imagination, because that's all kids want to do. They want to have fun, and you'll just become addicted to doing it.
What we learned was that it was so foundational for changing practices in early childhood settings. Surprisingly also, it was used in primary schools who already had models of practice, but they wanted to bring more joy and motivation into the learning of their inquiries. So the inquiries became conceptual play worlds. They are drama of the problem, bringing in the STEM to learn how to solve the drama. It drove them.
We want to know about what's wrong with Wilbur and how we can help him. I really like when we help Wilbur build a house for him.
So we had primary children and primary educators really motivated. We also had the right tools in the hands of early childhood educators.
We had a communal area in the main building there where they came together and they were able to roll out the coded messages because they were a couple of metres long.
It's more fun because we get to go outside and use more energy instead of in our chairs just listening to our teacher talk.
So people ask, well, what is a conceptual play world model? There is some fundamentals about this model that's absolutely key that we've learned through our research. So we know easily there's 5 characteristics. So the first one is choosing a story that's full of drama.
Ravi had turned into a tiger. The tiger took a huge deep breath and then...
The second one is designing a space within a classroom or a centre or outside that becomes the imaginary world of that story.
Their imagination can sort of go wild when they're out in the ocean.
A
stingray. Oh no.
And there's a routine for jumping into and out of that conceptual play world that's set up.
We said we're going to go for a swim and we're going to enter the ocean. We swam through some seaweed and now we are a creature that lives in the sea, and played as our characters and discovered things that were in the ocean and part of our play too.
And there's always a problem that arises where we need to help the characters. So that's about the learning of the STEM concepts.
Hello friend, I need your help. I'm on a remote wild island. My vision sensors are not working. I need help to move around the island safely. Please can you help me?
And then the fifth one is in relation to the educators and the teachers and what role they take. So are they with the children, co-experiencing the conceptual play world?
What do caterpillars eat? Do you know? They eat leaves and they eat grass. Should we go find some? Ready? Yeah. Can you pretend to be a caterpillar? Look at all the food.
Thank you, I feel better. Yum, 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 yum.
Are they in the above position, telling the children the answers to the questions or giving them information?
Come and collect the food. Oh, here's some apples for the ants to eat.
Are they in the under position, asking questions all the time of the children? Oh, I don't know about this, can you help me?
What would be an example of a physiological adaptation in a beautiful spider like me? Scientist over there.
Spiders have venom to protect themselves from aging predators.
Excellent.
Or are they in the primordial we position where together they are connected like an umbilical cord, experiencing something very special and unique, either through the play or through the learning component?
I found something that looks like a jellyfish.
The educator or the teacher is with the children inside the imaginary play world, as opposed to the teacher observing or directing. That's not as rich as when they're in the play, modelling, but also taking on those different ways in which they can interact with the children.
I think because you're immersed in the play with the children, it's very easy to ask those probing questions to get the children thinking. Instead of it's coming from a teacher, it's coming from a play partner, it's coming from a peer in the play and equal.
Really what we've learned that's really significant for the magic of the conceptual PlayWorld model to work is that there is absolute need for the building of the empathy for the characters. The characters in the story, they have a problem that the children are going to help solve.
You actually feel like you're there with him and
Getting to know him.
yeah. So it makes us like feel like we're getting to know him, like he's like our next door neighbour and that. Like we're like building up a relationship with him so then we can help him.
It's really, really important to be thinking about what will motivate the children to want to solve the problem. So it has to be a really authentic and personally meaningful problem, but it also has to be really dramatic. When it's dramatic and it's personally meaningful, then the children own this problem and they really want to learn the STEM concepts to solve the problem. That is absolutely fundamental.
In the play world, I feel like they're so captivated with what's going on that if you throw out there, do you have any questions? They all put hands up.
We need help with the recommended medication.
Awesome. So what's the problem with it first though? You can't medicate it until you know what's wrong with it.
Through the drama of the story, building empathy for the characters where the problem arises, these children own the problem because they really, really want to help the characters. It's not just about them, it's also about how whatever the learning situation is related to the user of that product, the design principles that are important, for instance, or how to keep the character happy, so it might be an emotional dimension.
How can you tell that he's feeling sad?
Because he's not smiling and his mouth is down and his eyebrows are down and his eyes are looking down.
These inquiries are not just inquiries, they are personally meaningful.
Yes, it's floating.
I mean, it worked.
Dramatic.
I want my mummy.
And exciting things to solve.
It's good, it's good. It's good, Maddie. It's good.
The children own it, they have the agency. And the teachers feel that when they're working with them, this ownership, and this brings great joy and satisfaction to the teachers.
I'm not Miss Cashmore, I'm Ravi.
I love being a big kid, and when I tell stories all the time, I always love using character. So getting into character and acting out with the students, I think it's a fun way to teach. It's engaging and the kids just love it.
Just because you say it as a teacher doesn't mean children learn something. But if you can feel the children are really, really engaged with this, then that's deep learning that they will take with them forever.